Now, I've been told, Mick G did confirm that they are trying to, quote, digitize a character. And they've been having some technological problems with that, and we're running out of time. I also know that there was an Austrian bodybuilder who has a very passable resemblance to a young Arnold Schwarzenegger that has been hired into the film. Now, supposedly, Arnold, years ago when they were, shopping it around, said, if there's any hope for me to be in this film, you're going to have production in Los Angeles. Well, lo and behold, a good chunk of the film is being shot in Los Angeles. So what we're hearing is at best a glorified cameo, but let's be honest, I think the house would come down no matter how good the film is. Arnold, even if it's only for a minute, just walking in at a key point would, be a big thing, because this is the first of 3 planned films if all goes well. And so we'll, be looking forward to that. And at first, I was kind of like, well, I'm happy to see more Terminator, but I don't know, I'm without Arnold and all that. But as it's getting closer, I'm really looking forward to it. Now, one here, I'm sure you guys are all just, waiting for is the new Star Trek films. And we're going to talk about the cameo, is he or isn't he? Now, I'm sure you've all heard about Canadian Bill Shatner not being too happy about not being in the new film. There is a camp. Now, please don't take this as me saying this is going to happen. This is just rumor, but somebody has told me that he actually might be in the film, and this is all a big, push you away from it, and all of a sudden Captain Kirk walks out on the screen, completely unexpected, which would be a big treat for the fans. I don't know if that's going to happen. Some say yes, some say no. I do know that J.J. Abrams has put a lot of effort into this film. The rough footage that has been released has been absolutely fantastic. It is very different than the old Star Treks. But there are some very clever nods, like for example, there's a scene where Sulu and Kirk have to jump off this big high orbital platform. And there, of course, is the red shirt. The red shirt jumps first, dies horribly. They're kind of making cute little references to that. So it was designed to appeal to non-Star Trek fans as well as new Star Trek fans, as well as hardcore Star Trek fans. Now, this is what J.J. Abrams had released to talk about it. He says, and these are direct quotes here, "We are just making final tweaks to the movie. We should be totally locked in next week." Now, this was about 2-3 weeks ago. So then we're going to flash freeze, so it's totally fresh for you in May. I cannot wait for you to see the movie. The cast is awesome. The action and effects have pushed the stunt team and industrial light and magic beyond their limits. I am so grateful to this cast and crew, to all of you, for your interest and patience. And the clever marketing guys at Paramount, see, at first everyone said, uh-oh, Star Trek was supposed to come out for you at Christmas time. And because of the writer's strike, there was a big gap of films for the summer. And Paramount said, okay, look, we've got Indiana Jones, we've got Iron Man. We're locked in for this year, we're good. Well, we're thin next summer. Why don't we take Star Trek and make that our, linchpin for next summer to be the big film, and we're going to bring it out in May, be the first salvo of the summer box office season. And then there's this other film, but we'll talk about that later. Now, the film that nobody wants you to see, and if you go to see it, you're all blasphemous and you're going to hell, is Angels and Demons, which is the sequel to the Da Vinci Code. Ron Howard, Tom Hanks, it is coming along and will be out very soon. I am told it has officially already been condemned. And if you see it, you all have some atonement to do. You started to see the trailer early. Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen is coming, and you can see that this year. And yes, they are writing Shia's little accident into the script so they can explain his hand being in a splint. And Activision has already stepped forward and said, as of Friday, yep, we've got the spin-off video game already in the works, so look for that. Now, in 2010, there was some talk that you might see a Family Guy movie, but of course, with the new development deal Seth MacFarlane has come up with, that of course is going to continue for a little while. You're going to see more American Dad, more Family Guy. Now, I can tell you they have an episode coming called Something Something Dark Side Something Something, which is them doing The Empire Strikes Back. And the chicken will be playing Boba Fett. So, nice. And of course, they've talked about doing Star Trek as well, and the plan is to eventually do Return of the Jedi and possibly the prequels as well. Now, there's a Lone Ranger movie coming, and Johnny Depp will be playing Tonto. And one of the rumors is that George Clooney is going to be playing the local ranger, so we'll see how that comes out. There's a new Judge Dredd coming, but of course not with Stallone. Steve Carell is going to be doing Get Smarter, which is Get Smart 2. Now, you've heard about Thor is coming, and there's another Hellraiser. They basically decided, like, the new trend, Friday the 13th, Halloween, scrap it, start over fresh, and that's what they're going to do with this. Crank 2 is coming very soon. I'm sure you've seen the trailers by now. And Borat's alter ego is coming back, and you're going to be seeing Bruno coming to the theaters soon. And we've had a lot of incidences popping up back home where we've heard rumors that he got Ben Affleck and various other people he was able to sucker in because they weren't able to figure out who this guy was. So I was seeing that. Now, one thing, this has been long in development and rumored, and fortunately, we think we're going to see some progress on this soon. The A-Team is finally moving forward, so we'll be happy about that. They're doing Prince of Persia, which, as you know, is a video game, and I've seen a movie version of that. Wonder Woman, it's coming, it's not coming, it's coming, it's not coming. I'll believe it when the film starts to roll on that one. Now, the sad thing is I was kind of actually looking forward to this, but they're going to be, it looks like there's not going to be any more Jurassic Park films. And the thought was that now that Michael Crichton has passed away, they don't believe it would be appropriate to do anymore. And I actually heard they had some interesting ideas. Now, some of them are crazy, like the military using the dinosaurs as a special weapons and so on and so forth. But they were working on that. They are going to be doing the Elf Stones of Shannara. And there was Superman, Man of Steel, you know, wasn't going to happen, it's going to happen, they're going to recast it. And then, no, we're not going to recast it, and now it's shelved, so go figure. They talked about doing a 24 movie, but a little problem with that. The writer's strike, as you know, delayed everything. Last season only now is running this year because they were only a third of the way through. They have one more year confirmed, at least, you know, unless Fox orders more seasons. And then on top of that, kind of hard to do a movie until you have 2 more years of your shows due. Now, I know a lot of you guys are into zombies. They do tend to make the best people to shoot. 28 months later, it's still being discussed. Danny Boyle, when he was out promoting Slumdog Millionaire, also he was actually, they have an audio file, so I think he mentions it on that. He was on the radio station about a month or so ago talking about it. They have all the MP3 downloads there. And Danny talks about you know, his desire to actually do another one. There has been talk of a World of Warcraft movie, and this came up a couple of years ago. We discussed this at BlizzCon, and basically all they would tell us is that it is in the planning stages right now. It is going to be spectacular. If we tell you anything more, they're going to shoot us. So now they couldn't confirm whether it be live action or CGI. We've heard mixed. All we know is somewhere the wheels are turning. They're going to do the Smurfs.
Oh, God.
They are going to be remaking Doom yet again, so if you weren't confused by the first few versions, here's another one to confuse you. Now, Iron Man 2 is coming, with a rumor as Mickey Rourke will be in it, possibly playing the Russian alter ego of Tony Stark or Whiplash. Now, Mickey Rourke is big right now because of the film The Wrestler. He's getting the Academy Award buzz, so he's kind of gone from Where Are They Now to right back as the big hit guy right now. Sam Rockwell is also going to be in it, and he is likely going to play Justin Hammer, which is a rival of Stark. There's been talk about Don Cheadle taking over the role of Iron Man's friend, but you know, you'll be seeing that soon. Interesting twist, Robert Downey Jr. is also going to be playing Sherlock Holmes in a new film, so we should be interested to see how that comes out. Shazam got canned, unfortunately. And Mick G has been rumored that once he wraps up the Terminator film, they're talking about doing 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea again, and he apparently has been attached to possibly be directing that. Now, interesting, Mick G, Charlie's Angels, Drew Barrymore said, you know, there might be a third one in the offing sometime in the near